our country, our nation, our home. To inculcate Singaporean knowledge and values among young Singaporean students, the National Education Programme was kicked off by the Ministry of Education. National education was started in 1997, and more than a decade onwards, surveys conducted by the ministry have indicated that the project is indeed achieving its aims. However, our findings among RI students prove otherwise.
In times of crisis, will we stay to defend our homes, or will we just merely pack our bags and live for supposedly greener pastures? In view of this, the Singaporean government implemented the concept of national education into Singapore's education system. The purpose of NE was to develop societal cohesion, the instinct for survival and confidence in the future of Singapore. Implemented at a time when Singapore as a nation was at crossroads in its development, it was in light of the coming of age of the post-independence generation of Singaporeans that this program was put into place. As these new generations of leaders were to be the ones to ensure the survival of Singapore, national education also aims to instill in Singaporean skills and character for lifelong learning and has been incorporated into various school subjects such as social studies and history. This documentary discusses how national education has been received by Reflexions as compared to typical Singaporean. Reflexions have formed the backbone of Singaporean society, taking up prominent positions both in political and economic arena. Is national education doing enough to inspire a sense of loyalty to Singapore among today's Reflexions and the next generation of Singaporean leaders?
Among a poll of 150 Reflexions, 61% indicated they did not want to study national education if given a choice. This is evidence of a poor reception to national education by Reflexions. Also, 54% of Reflexions answered that they did not feel a greater sense of belonging to Singapore after undergoing national education, showing the program is not achieving its aims among a majority of RI students. Additionally, the effectiveness of national education among Reflexions are generally poorer than that of the public. 71% of Reflexions believe it is their duty to make Singapore a better place, as compared to 90% of Singaporean youths. This shows a lack of commitment to improve Singapore by Reflexions, as compared to Singaporean youths. Commitment is a value national education attempts to instill among youths. 69% of Reflexions believe there are enough opportunities in Singapore to achieve their life goals, as compared to a 91% national average. This large difference shows Reflexions lacks belief and confidence in Singapore's future, which is yet another important national education value. 81% of Reflexions are proud to be Singaporeans, as compared to 95% of typical Singaporean youths. This shows a lack of national pride among Reflexions towards Singapore, as compared to Singaporean youths. This pride is a key national education message. Altogether, Reflexions are responding poorly towards national education, and worryingly, national education is not as effective among Reflexions as compared to typical Singaporean youths.
Let's talk to a few Reflexions and find out for ourselves.
What does national education mean to you?
A test we take every year.
What's national education? I didn't know we had such a subject.
I think it's a very meaningful and important message in our lives.
National education to me is about learning about our national values and our culture and what our forefathers brought to our nation. Yes.
How effective is national education in instilling a sense of belonging in you?
We don't learn enough of national education, so it's too boring. It doesn't help at all.
Yeah, because
In what way?
everyone takes the same test, so everyone will have to discuss a bit to get the correct answers.
Oh, okay. Thank you for your time.
No, I don't. To be honest, I don't think that it's very effective. Because during all my years here, studying in Singapore in the local schools, I haven't. That sense of patriotism isn't like a fire burning in me.
What are your criticisms of national education?
Waste of time.
national education?
It's very boring.
Very boring.
I feel that it's too short. We should extend national education a bit longer.
Are you saying that? I feel that it isn't really being taught over here. As in, it can be more. They can have more of it, but make it more interactive.
I feel that it's not being done on a regular enough basis. When you have national education, it should be as part of a curriculum, for example, and not just maybe once a week or maybe just do one survey and that's called national education. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
There are a variety of causes that could result in such a negative trend among Refugents. A possible reason could be that Refugents are very result-oriented students. In their pursuit of academic success, the non-examinable subject of national education would be seen as secondary or unimportant. The subject of national education would be neglected or not taken seriously by most Refugents. Secondly, many students feel that national education is merely government propaganda. Thus, they will not take what they perceive as a blatant attempt to promote the country seriously. National education would thus not be believed or once again neglected. Many students are also unengaged by national education. It is being seen as an extremely boring subject by many students. This is mostly due to the curriculum being taught or due to poor teaching of the subject. In light of these problems, we would like to suggest a few solutions. National education has to engage and interest students more. To make this subject more interesting, it should not be just taught in a lecturing format, but rather through games, activities, and videos, which will certainly ignite more interest among students. Students have also suggested that new social media platforms such as Facebook and Twitter could be used to spread and educate students on the subject of national education. Through such an interactive and engaging platform, students will learn about national education better. More learning journeys could also be implemented into a school's curriculum so as to let the students understand what their forefathers went through. They will also be able to experience and view other related facts and information about Singapore firsthand and gain a deeper knowledge and understanding of the nation through their own eyes. National education has been refined as recently as 2007 through the government's new Head, Heart, Hands framework. The National Education Program aims to engage the heads, heart and hands of students through a more customized approach depending on the maturity and age of the Singaporean students. The government has high hopes for this new framework which will guide the next phase of national education.
The Singaporean spirit has carried its citizens through periods of turmoil, trials and tribulations. Singaporeans should feel a sense of pride and belonging in this great nation they are a citizen of. Can this passion for Singapore remain burning bright in Refugents? Only time will tell.